is so much great hiking in this area, but sometimes it can be hard to narrow down where to go.
Yeah, definitely. I recently headed about an hour outside of Seattle, north of Seattle, near Mount Vernon, and I actually got to chat with someone from the Washington Trails Association who taught me some really cool hacks to find your perfect hike. Check it out. Hey friends, today we are headed to Little Mountain Park and we're going to meet up with WTA's hiking guide manager, Anna Roth, who's going to kind of fill us in on everything we need to know about the trail. We're almost there. I'm super excited. Thank you so much for showing me this new trail. I'm digging it already.
I'm glad. Yeah, I know that you went to the Washington State Standby Rattlesnake Ledge with Jaime last time, our new CEO, and I really wanted to come show you a new, lesser known trail, but you definitely got some pretty standard Washington weather. So welcome to Washington.
Foggy, magical. I'm into it.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, so I am super excited to share this location with you. We're at Little Mountain Park in Mount Vernon.
Well, I can't wait to check it out. Should we go?
Yeah, totally. Let's go.
Let's do it. So I heard that WTA is really good at helping people find their perfect trail. How does that work?
Yeah, so WTA has a ton of really good resources for people who want to find the exact hike that they want to do.
Yeah.
Our website, WTA.org, has a hiking guide that has a whole bunch of filters that you can use to customize your search for something with waterfalls or rivers. You can even filter to find where wildflowers are happening based on trip reports, and those are reports that just anybody could write. I'm probably going to write one for our hike today, and if you wanted to write one, you could too. You don't really need any hiking expertise to do it. You just write what you saw on trail, and it helps other people decide where they might want to go. If you make an account on our website, you can save hikes that you want to do, and based on what you save and what trip reports you write, WTA will give you personalized recommendations that are what we think you'd like to do.
Oh, cool.
So you can kind of get custom recommendations for areas that you might not really know about or consider going to. And then the last one that I always tell folks about is our seasonal hike features. If you wanted to find a winter hike, we've got lots of stuff that is lowland hikes, river walks, trails that look good with a dusting of snow. We've got really specific hiking features. Yeah.
It's like the Netflix of hiking.
Totally. Absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, we have options here. Yeah. Which way should we go?
Well, this way is a little bit steeper. It looks a little bit rougher. Probably more of a workout on the way back up.
Yep.
This way, I think probably goes somewhere really nice. It's a little bit more of a traverse, and it looks like it goes deeper into the forest, which kind of sounds nice.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I am loving this hike so far, and it's really different than any trails that I've been on so far. How did you pick this one in particular?
Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Well, I know that when we talked, you said that you only had about an hour's drive time that you could do today, so I was trying to find something that was in that radius and that was kind of could give you a different vibe than Rattlesnake.
Yeah.
This is obviously pretty forested. There's not a huge view. There's one at the top from the overlook, but it's obviously really cloudy today.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find one where, with the weather forecast being what it was, it would still be enjoyable. And I just think this is a really cool part of Washington that a lot of people who live in the Puget Sound area may not get up to. Wanted to show you that.
Yeah, and you don't have to drive that far out of the city to get something like this, too.
Yeah, we're not even really that far out of Mount Vernon. Maybe 5 minutes, and it feels like we're totally in the forest.
And you worked on this particular trail?
I did. I worked on this section right here. Laid it out.
Cool. So what did you do when you were working on it?
We actually rerouted the trail so that it was a little bit more meandering and that you could still get your workout by getting steeply up the hill, but you weren't going straight up the hill. A lot of times when trail networks get adopted, you end up with a lot of what they're called fall line trails, where somebody just hikes straight up the hill to get to a destination, and they're kind of bad for the landscape and the environment, right? Erosion happens, you get tree roots exposed, it's not great for the trees.
You know, I realize we've been walking down. We're going to have to go back up, aren't we? So I'm dying for some more info on this trail. How long has it been here?
Yeah, Little Mountain Park is part of the City of Mount Vernon Parks and Recreation Department. WTA's been working here since 2018. The first project that we did here is something called the Darville Trail. The whole Skagit Valley can access it and really enjoy it. You've got miles of trail. Every trail that you add is another loop that you can do in a trail network.
So I'm digging this trail, and I wouldn't mind doing another trail like this. Do you have any kind of tips for me to find other trails that I like?
Yeah, absolutely. I would recommend, if you want to try and find a trail like this, you could use our hiking guide filters, which is on WTA.org. You'd probably look for something that's got some forest cover. But if you also wanted to see kind of where other people are going, or like maybe what's clear, like something that I looked for when I was trying to pick a location for us was whether or not there was snow cover. And that's easiest to find in our trip reports.
And I already got your app, so that's been really helpful.
Yay! That's awesome. I'm really glad. If you are like out and about, I don't know if you found this functionality yet, but if you get to a trailhead and you're like, oh, this isn't quite what I wanted, we have a Hikes Near Me function of that app, so you just hit that and it uses your phone's location to tell you other trailheads that are near you.
So helpful.
Yep, you see a map view of it, you can figure out how far away it is. Totally great if you have to like go to your plan B or C, which like as more people are finding trails, sometimes it's good to do, depending on what you're looking for.
I'm having the best time today, and I feel like you have the coolest job.
Thanks. Yeah, I feel really lucky to work for WTA. WTA really values getting people out on trail no matter who you are. That's why we provide free hiking guide information on WTA.org. We encourage people to write trip reports to help everybody in the hiking community get out. And we also welcome anybody who wants to come on a volunteer work party to do so. You don't need any experience. We teach you everything you need to know, and you can really get a lot out of it. It's part of like our whole philosophy about trails for everyone forever.
That sounds great. I think I'd like to try that sometime.
Yeah, you should.
Okay. I also can't get over how close it is to Mount Vernon, let you feel like you're in this magical forest far, far away. We put a link with more info about it on our website, fox13seattle.com/Studio 13 Live.